You see this right here? This is what the mark of the beast, or 666, looks like in an original Greek manuscript of the book of Revelation called the Codex Vaticanus. Now, don't lose sight of the bigger picture, because Revelation 13:18 is what we're looking at, and we're looking at the very last words of this verse talking about 666. There is a hidden symbol in here in Arabic, and yes, it's really easy to fact check this. Just go to Google Translate, it's right there, okay? It takes 2 seconds, but people don't believe me, but it's right there. And it is worn on the head as a headband, on the arm as an armband. Just take a look and see for yourself. You simply cannot get away from the obvious connection here to Allah. But of course, whenever I bring this up, there are a lot of objections that people bring to the table, and I want to take a moment to address some things I've never really talked about before. Okay, so let's go back to the verse in question, Revelation 13:18, and let's take a look at the original Greek Textus Receptus. What we're going to find is that there are actually two Greek words that have been misunderstood and therefore mistranslated by the translators, because they were trying to look at this very literally. They were trying to interpret it without truly understanding some of the recent events, both geopolitically and everything else that I talk about in all my work. So we can't fault the translators, but they have made a mistake translating two specific Greek words, and it's caused so many people to not even think twice about what this is really talking about. Calculate, that's our first Greek word. Then the word number is used 3 times, and that changes people's perception of this, and it's pretty much a done deal after that. But what are some of the other ways we can look at these words? Okay, first up we have sephizo, and you can see that it means to reckon, to take inventory of, and that's exactly how it's used right here in Luke 14:28. Won't you count the cost? Won't you do an inventory? That's what it means to sephizo. All right, and then we have arithmos, which sounds like arithmetic. It definitely sounds like this is talking about math and numbers, but then you just look at how it's used in the Bible, and it's actually used to describe a multitude. So here's my translation. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding determine the multitude of the beast, for it is the multitude of a man. His multitude is Kai Stigma. And of course, now you know what that really means. Of course, you might still be wondering, well, who's the man though? For that, you're going to need Bible Prophecy Secrets. I go into way more detail about everything, the mark of the beast, the multitude, who the man is, or where we should be looking, where he's going to come from. And I'm going to say, yeah, for sure, he has not been revealed yet, but when he is, it's not going to catch you by surprise. You're not going to be deceived, because this book is going to help you navigate all of these end times deceptions that are headed our way. So make sure you grab a copy.